Welcome back here to the show. Glad you're with us. Larry, Mike, and Brad, the Illini guys, coming up to you from IlliniGuys.com. Still talking Big Ten Media Days. Let's listen in to Bret Bielema. He was the first coach up there taking the podium there, the main stage, after Commissioner Tony Petitti made his remarks, the Big Ten commissioner, and again, talking about college football playoff, etc. But Coach Bielema up there and just his energy was one that if you just plan to watch a few minutes, you probably end up watching the entire 15 minutes because he was that good. Here's Coach Bielema and some of his remarks from the other day, from Tuesday out in Las Vegas, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Yeah, Coach Bielema has swagger right now, doesn't he? I mean, he looks the part. He's lost some weight, looks good,
Yeah.
and he just you can tell he really thinks this team is good. He thinks this team is legit, and I love the way some guys, kind of hem haw and kick it around. Oh shucks, he doesn't. He's like, we're good. We're gonna be good. We're gonna compete with anybody, and bring them on. And I love that attitude.
Yeah, and it's really cool that he's built that up. If you think about it, if people would have said that Brett was going to turn around the team in 5 years and get a double-digit win, I'm not certain a lot of people would have believed it, but Brett Bielema believed it, and so did Josh Whitman. And those seem to be the two guys that are really important in turning this thing around. So I'm glad that they had the foresight that most of us didn't have.
Yeah, Brett's been, and we've been honest before that when Brett was first hired, was right at the beginning of Illini guys, and we're like, okay, but he's made a believer of us. There's no question about that, and something too that he gave a lot of credit to Josh Whitman, a lot of praise to him. And I think this again, you've got it with everything going on with Illini athletics right now. You've got to stop and tip your hat to Josh Whitman. He's found a way to push all the buttons, it appears. And even in those sports that's maybe not going well, he's trying to make some things happen. They just re-signed their wrestling coach to an extension. That was big. Obviously, Bielema just got an extension. But here's someone, again, that we talked about in terms of Illinois and a chance to do something very, very special. Even if they fall short, they still have a chance to do something very unique. As we've said before, back-to-back 8-win seasons, that would be falling short this year. And that's something, as we've talked before, that shows you where your program is if 8 wins is a letdown.
It really does. I mean, the expectations have completely changed from when he arrived. I remember Lovie Smith had the year where they went to the bowl and they won 6 games. It was like they're putting all these things. We're bowling. We're this. We're that. I mean, like that was the hype. That was a great year to go to a bowl game. Now it's like, yeah, we got to win. We got to win 9, 10 games, or it's to have a great year. And going bowling is expected now. Yeah, I think winning that 6 or 7 games is pretty expected. So that's a good place for Illinois to be.
Yeah, it certainly beats the days when it was like, I hope Iowa doesn't beat us out or blow us out by record proportions this year. And that's the difference. And of course, if you're over in Iowa or Wisconsin, you got to be looking, saying, man, we should have went after this guy, because the Iowa people could say he's an alum and the Wisconsin people can say, well, he was really successful as a coach. I feel like Illinois is in a pretty good place to be the guys who hired him and put faith in him.
I remember Mike Farrell, who did some work for the Illini guys for a couple of years, and even he felt this was a stepping stone for Bielema. And I said from the beginning, I don't think so. It's a different. Brett has even mentioned that. He said his mentioned 17th year as a head coach, and he said, look, I'm somebody that I'm a different person now than I was before. He's got a chance here to create his own legacy and to do that. And certainly right now, again, practice about to start. Again, a lot of work on IlliniGuys.com. Some great stories talking about this football team. We've got more Illini news to talk about. We step aside for a moment and again play the very neat interview. Bob Kendrick, president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in Kansas City. You won't want to miss this. More news on the back end after that.